So we got these ridges stitched in place. They're going to be the edges of each pleat. Make it fold nice and flat. So now comes the next part. Dragging them all into place. I'll show you how that works. I've got marks along the top edge here, every 3 inches. So it's every 9 inches that these stitches show up. What I got to do, try and keep the bottom kind of even, but the top has to be marked where it's going to be. So I got to line up this ridge with the second chalk mark away from it. Lie it down there nice and flat, and then pin it in place. So it all lines up nice and even along the top edge. Next one, pull it down to match up with that mark there. Pin the back edge of it here. So what we're trying to do is make a nice, flat, even, straight line all along the top edge. So that's what has to attach to the yoke here. Lots and lots of repetition. Everything is always lots of repetition. This one is a little more difficult because that's where that seam is between the two larger pieces of fabric that make up this plate. That's how it's going to be hidden. There we go. Now I started doing that, pinning everything in place and recording, and didn't realize the camera was not pointed at what I'm doing. So anyway, each one of these ridges has to be pulled forward and laid down in place, matching up with the markings along the top edge of the fabric. And then it has to be pinned in place to make the pleats. So I'll have that nice long straight top edge to stitch together. One at a time, over and over, repeating the process. A nice straight edge to attach to the yoke. Honestly, I see no reason for this to have been a custom order. It's within the parameters of the standard stock pieces. Guy just wanted a different color. But I'm getting paid for it as a custom order. So a custom order it will be. So I don't make any more money. It just allows me a little more time to spend on it relaxed instead of being a rush to get multiple pieces finished for some event or another. Now, you can see this back edge has already been trimmed off and serged. That's where the fold in the back of it will connect. The front edge here, we have to mark once we get that put together and the yoke attached on the top of it. I'm going to have to start that process from this end. Yeah. So once the yoke's attached on this side, I'll have a better idea of what this is all going to look like. So I'll stitch this pleat together, and then I'll attach that yoke, and then I'll show you what it looks like at the next step. Strangely, it's only occurred to me now that while I'm in the process of making a kilt, attaching the yoke, measuring everything out, figuring how it's going to go, I could instead, if I had the wherewithal to do so, just make a schoolgirl skirt instead. Nah. Getting paid to make a kilt, I'll make a kilt. Okay, so now that we got the yoke attached to this pleated fall, you might notice that there's this flap at the front that doesn't need to be there. And that's easy to deal with. Let me show you. You need a point to measure from for the bottom. Top's easy. Top is that edge there, the edge of that fabric. Bottom. Well, let's see, how far is the top from this pleat? 3 1/2. That's it. Oh wait, 3 and just over 1/2. 5/8. So from here we measure 3 5/8. That's where we mark it. Then flip it around, put it on the cutting board. Make sure it's laying nice and even. We hack it off like a fillet. Oh, I just got to, I missed seeing it. But yeah, cut it off. So now that's cut off and it's all even and straight. Now we got to serge that edge. Okay, I'll do that. Match it up to the serge on this edge. And, well, next step after that is hemming this edge. So, yeah, once that's done, and I'm moving on towards the net. See, this is pretty much all I have to do right now until the other side's done. Well, yeah, I can attach the waistband, I guess. So I'll serge and hem that. Then I'll show you how I'm making the waistband. Okay, talk to you when that gets up. So we got half a kilt sitting here. Almost half. Other than this is going to be the large full plate across the back, the apron across the front, and a waistband. What we're doing right now is the waistband. What we need is a 5-inch wide strip to match that length. So it should be roughly 24, possibly 24.5. I think 24.5. Let's measure it. 24. That's good. So we need a 5-inch strip, 24.5 long, so that we get room to fold it in at this end to match that nice, neat, finished edge. I'll lay that out and cut it. And I'll show you when it's cut and serged.